This is from the New American Standard Bible. I just want to read you some of Maccabees because it's kick-ass. Maccabees is Judas Maccabeus is the first action hero. He's the first revolutionary. He's the first one to use guerrilla warfare. Um, First documented, at least. And guerrilla warfare tactics can be used today. I got the camouflage up here, just a little bit of patriotic stuff. And I like the way they translate Maccabees. They're actually faithful to the Greek because in Hebrew they didn't. Well, we don't know if it was written originally in Greek or Hebrew. They didn't want to use God's name, so they just kind of like how Jews say Hashem today. They which just means His name. Um, they would say heaven, and it just seems kick-ass the way they do it. 359 of First Maccabees. It is better for us to die in battle than to witness the ruin of our nation and our sanctuary. Whatever heaven wills, He will do. All right, let's find another one. All the people prostrated themselves and adored and praised heaven who had given them success. So let us, and this one is 4:10 of First Maccabees. So now let us cry out to heaven in the hope that He will favor us. Remember His covenant with our fathers and destroy the army before us today. Uh, if you this it's just fantastic the way they do that, and I was really pleased. I was so happy that they did it. That it says heaven impersonal, and then it's personal He. I think that actually reveals a lot more of the mystery of God to people than just calling it God or Yahweh or whatever. Um, the New American Bible, it was great. The first time I read Maccabees wasn't a New American Bible; it was a different Catholic Bible, but it actually was better because in one instance, when Matthias kills the chief priest, this one says, when Matthias saw him, he was filled with zeal in his heart and moved. Just his just fury aroused, he sprang up toward him and killed the man upon the altar. At the same time, he also killed the messenger of the king. And this happened because the the messenger of King Antiochus came and was talking to Matthias. You know, you're respectable with your people. Your people love you. They'll listen to you. Just sacrifice to our God. Remove your marks of circumcision. So that Matthias had this beautiful song that he basically sung of refuting him. I will never. I would rather die. I would rather my children die. And just as he finished, this guy walks up. This Jew walks up, praises the messenger, and sacrifices on the altar. And actually, in the original time I read this, not out of this Bible, but out of a different Catholic Bible, it says, "And shaking with rage, he knew what had to be done." Beautiful, right? He killed the messenger and he killed the apostate and um, killed the rest of them. And him and his sons fled into the hills. Well, Matthias was very old, so it went to his son Judas Maccabeus, Judas the Hammer. They say Maccabeus. Oh, Maccabeus. No, but the first book of Maccabees, if you haven't read it, doesn't matter if you're religious or not. It's a great action story. It's fantastic. It's a people in strife, a people rebelling, revolting, and the Maccabees actually formed an alliance with Rome and Sparta. Very historical person. The tombs of the Maccabees were just found. They found the last Maccabean king. If I'm not incorrect, after the Maccabees, during the time of the Maccabees, I think it's called the Hasmonean period. John Hyrcanus rose up, and I think he actually became. He was not a saint. I think he's actually an apostate. But you know what? 1 minute. Let me show you something. These are the Maccabean martyrs. This is one of the first icons that I had. You can see up here, Maccabayo, is Salome and Eleazar, and the 7 children. 7 being a symbolic number. Um, I actually wanted the name Judas. when I converted, I said, I want Judas, and they said it would be Judah. You wouldn't have Judas because of Iscariot. Well, I then talked to people, and I found out that it was wrong to take a different name. That if you're going to call yourself something, you need to take that name. And I was baptized with the name Joseph Yusuf. And in the Antiochian Church, I took that name because I said, look, if you're not rebaptizing me, my baptism is valid for Roman Catholic Church. That's the renewing. We're just finishing up the baptismal vows with the chrismation and being tonsured at the chrismation. So I said no, and that's one thing I really have pet peeve or angry when people, oh, my name's Josh, okay, and then you see them go up to get communion, oh, it's Constantius or Theophilus or all these ridiculous things. Uh, no, you use your name. When my friend Aaron joined the church, she got Saint Bridget from Ireland, the one that turned bathwater into beer, and I kept calling her Bridget. Bridget, who's Bridget? She's like, well, my name's Aaron. I'm saying, no, you're not. You're not Aaron. You're Bridget. Uh, People should walk out their faith, And I realize this is a point of contention, and I don't want to start strife, and I don't want to argue with anybody about this because it's just a personal view. But if you take a name, you should take that name. Like me, I say Yusuf. That's the name that I was given. I mean, yeah, it was what I was called when I was younger. In America, they screwed up all our names. They spelled my dad's name with a K. My original name, the one that was originally on my birth certificate, was Marco, but they put white out over it and put wanted saying Joseph. My brother David is Davide. Tony is Antonius, or it's some just ridiculous things. People screwing up, especially I think I had a bunch of Ukrainians and Poles working with the name department. It was really kind of hard for me to get my license because I said, wait, this has whiteout on it. I had to have all these documents. I need vaccination documents and stuff. Oh, no, it's me. And then I had to sign something saying that I was breaking federal law and I was perjuring myself and I was committing fraud if it really wasn't my name. But the Maccabees, it's a fantastic story. Give it a read. Heaven help us, he will do his will. And we cried out to heaven, and he responded. It's kind of like with I think Exodus. It wasn't called Exodus. It's called or no, Leviticus wasn't called Leviticus. It was, and he called out. Um, these are the names in the beginning. These are the original names of the first 5 books of the Bible, and it really is cool. So check out First Maccabees. Second Maccabees is also Maccabees. It's not a continuation. It's just a longer telling, starting early and ending later. And Third Maccabees is about King Ptolemy in Egypt and Alexandria. Peace to you.